Hi there, I'm Vincent Boss and I provide dating and self-improvement advice. And in today's podcast, we're going to be discussing Dumpee value switch. I provide audio and email coaching to help people try and get their ex back or get a new girlfriend or boyfriend. Check out my website for more details. www.dateme.tips. Please check your spam and junk folders if you are expecting an email from me. So now let's get back into today's podcast, and today we are discussing Dumpee value switch. If you're going through a breakup, you might have heard me say that the dumper is in a high value position and the dumpee is in a low value position. But what does this actually mean? When someone has the power of decision, they are high value. The dumper got what they wanted, and that, unfortunately for the dumpee, was the breakup to take place. And the dumpee didn't get what they wanted, of course, and hence that is because that they wanted the relationship to continue. That is why we can see that the dumper is high value because they got what they wanted, and the dumpee didn't get what they wanted. They wanted the relationship to continue, and hence they are in the low value position. This initial moment places the dumper as high value and the dumpee as low value. If the dumpee begs, pleads and reasons with their ex after the breakup, then this pushes the dumper onto a pedestal and makes the gap in value even greater. But over time, the value of the dumper and dumpee can switch. In today's podcast, I'm going to break down different elements of value and explain the dumpee value switch. So let's get straight into this, and point number one is confidence value. So when a breakup takes place, a dumper is likely feeling confident, whereas a dumpee's confidence and self-esteem are shattered. A dumper will have high confidence value, and a dumpee will have very low value of confidence, self-esteem and self-worth. As life moves forward though, these levels of value can switch. A dumper only has confidence whilst they feel that life is going exactly as hoped. So at the time of the breakup, the dumper's life is going as hoped. The dumper wanted to end the relationship. The relationship ended, and hence the dumper is getting what the dumper wanted. Therefore, they will have confidence in themselves to move forward and get what they want. But what happens if life doesn't go in the direction that the dumper initially hoped? What happens if single life isn't as exciting as the dumper dreamed? Well, initially it probably will be. Initially, single life will seem exciting, it will seem new. A dumper might get into a new relationship. That, of course, is also exciting. But as time moves forward, and as I've spoke about in previous podcasts, the likely situation a dumper will find themselves in is one of confusion, is one of where life isn't working out as they initially planned. Because guess what? Life isn't straightforward, and single life isn't always easy. In most instances, somebody will need to live a lot of single life before they find the person of their dreams. Any new relationship which starts straight after a breakup generally fits into the category of being known as a rebound relationship and will likely end after a few months. So if the dumper is no longer getting the life that they hoped, that they desired, that they expected, their confidence in themselves will begin to wane. But what about the dumpee? The dumpee has been dumped. The dumpee is shattered. But as they start to rebuild their life, as they start to move forward with positivity, as they go through self-improvement every single day, their confidence will start to rise. Now, it's different for every single person. This might take days, weeks, months, years. Everybody is different on their own journey. But a dumpee will begin to feel confidence within themselves if they continue to do the right things. They will start to see results. Whereas the dumper is less likely to have gone through self-improvement. They already think they're the finished article. And instead of going through self-improvement and going forward with positivity, the dumper is likely to see the future as something more uncertain as time moves on. Initially, yes, the excitement of single life is there. But as that newness begins to wane, excitement is no longer what it once was. Things start to feel mundane. Things start to feel a little bit grey, you might say, a little bit mundane, a little bit low, a little bit samey, a little bit pointless, a little bit like, where am I going in my life? The dumper doesn't know what to do once the excitement of a honeymoon period of being single is over. And that is where their confidence begins to wane. And as you can see, when confidence value is considered, as time moves forward, the dumper is likely to lose value in confidence. And the dumpee, if they do everything right, is likely to grow confidence value. And that is where confidence value can switch. So now let's move into point number 2 of the dumpee value switch. And point number 2 is attraction value. So at the time of a breakup, a dumpee feels very unattractive. Everything about them, inside and out, feels ugly. The dumper, on the other hand, feels very attractive. They have someone, the dumpee, desperate to be with them, and yet the dumper has the confidence to turn them down, gambling on a better future. This is due to the dumper's abundance mindset. There is unlikely to be anybody else in the picture right now, but the dumper has a feeling of abundance based on the new opportunities available to a single person. However, as time moves on, the dumper is likely to feel less attractive as their confidence begins to wane. So this is linked into point number 1. So as we were saying in point number 1, the dumper starts with high confidence. In point number 2, the dumper starts with high attraction. The dumper believes they're attractive because they are being told they are attractive. They're being told by the dumpee's desire to keep them within the relationship. As the dumpee begs and pleads and reasons, this makes the dumper think, wow, I'm an attractive person. I must be really attractive. I've got somebody who's begging me to be with them. They are begging me to be in this relationship. They are begging me to change my mind. I must be attractive. And guess what? I'm going to turn them down because I'm going to gamble on an even better future for myself. That is how the dumper is feeling initially. But as we move forward, and as I've said in point number 1, single life is difficult. It often takes a lot of single life before you find your perfect person. And as you begin to move out of that honeymoon period of being single, you will start to feel that life is quite confusing. Life isn't what you necessarily expected. Life isn't as easy as a dumper hoped. And therefore the attraction value starts to decimate. The attraction value starts to drop. Because guess what? Not every single person the dumper meets is going to want to be with them. And guess what? The dumper will be rejected themselves. The dumper might find somebody that they want to get to know, and this new person might say, no, I'm not interested. That will start to affect the dumper's attraction value. But what about the dumpee? The dumpee at the time of a breakup has been rejected. They're feeling incredibly ugly inside and out. The dumpee doesn't know what to do for the best. But if they move forward with positivity, if they go through self-improvement, if they become a version 2.0 of themselves, they will see themselves transform physically, mentally, spiritually into a more attractive person. Yes, if you do the work, you can actually look physically more attractive. You can see it in the mirror. But I'm not just talking about physical attraction, although of course that's very important. Improve your health and fitness, and the byproduct is increased physical attraction. But I'm talking about inside as well. Mental attraction. I'm talking about how you present yourself to the world and become a higher value individual. The dumpee can do this. And if they do the right things over time, they will become more attractive. Their attraction value will rise. If a dumpee behaves in a way which is happy, carefree and fun, if a dumpee becomes the type of person that other people want to spend time with, if a dumpee stops doing negative behaviour, stops showcasing destructive behaviour such as being needy, possessive, or jealous. If the Dumpee can do the right things and remove the bad things, they will become more attractive inside and out every single day, looking in the mirror physically, metaphorically, feeling that attraction value rise. This is going on whilst at the same time, the Dumpee is finding out that single life is tough. That rebound relationship they got in is over. Somebody else they want to get to know has rejected them. The Dumpee is now thinking, maybe I'm not as attractive as I first thought. Maybe I made a mistake by dumping my ex because guess what? They were interested in me. And it seems like I'm not God's gift. It seems like not everybody wants me. And that is where a dumper's attraction value can start to drop. So now let's move into point number 3 and the final point of today's podcast of Dumpee, value switch. And point number 3 is fulfillment value. So after being dumped, a Dumpee has a very low value of fulfillment in their life. Every day can feel empty. Whereas the Dumpee is feeling the fulfillment of being ready, available and open for what comes their way. They feel fulfilled about not being tied down and having an open world in front of them. They feel fulfilled because they have got their own way and what they wanted has happened. Therefore, they are feeling fulfilled in their decisions and the potential of their future. The Dumpee has had everything shattered. The Dumpee is not feeling fulfilled. The life they was no doubt enjoying, the life where they felt secure, is currently over. The fulfillment is gone. The emptiness is here. And the low value in fulfillment is deafening. The low value in fulfillment can be felt and seen in every element of the Dumpee's life, but it doesn't have to be this way forever. And if you do everything right as a Dumpee, you won't feel low value in your fulfillment forever. You will get to the promised land of happiness, and it can happen sooner than you think. The harder you work, the better and quicker results will come. If you do enough of the right things, more right things will come towards you. All of these sayings, all of these cliches, they're all true. You know, if you put in that effort, you will get to where you want to be. You will move through this difficult, bleak tunnel that you find yourself in, and you will get out the other side into happiness, into the light, into the brightness. But you can only get through a bleak tunnel if you move forward. So the Dumpee has to move forward, and they will find that fulfillment because guess what? If you do everything right, you will either get your ex back or you will find somebody even better. It's win-win. That is the perfect fulfillment. As fulfillment value is on the up for the Dumpee when they go through self-improvement every single day and become a better person today than they were yesterday, a better person tomorrow than they are currently today. As the Dumpee is doing this, the Dumpee is starting to feel their fulfillment drop. The Dumpee has enjoyed their single life to a point. They've enjoyed the honeymoon period of being single, but guess what? New things become old. Guess what? It is hard to find a fulfilling, loving relationship. And those connections where the Dumpee may or may not have found right now, even if they have found them, they are likely to be short term. They are likely to be the type of connection where on Christmas Day, you are alone and you're not feeling fulfilled. A Dumpee might have dated 10 different people within 1 month, but are they feeling fulfilled on their birthday, on Christmas Day? Are they with somebody on New Year's Day? Are they with somebody on Thanksgiving? Whatever the special days are on your calendar, are you with somebody when you're a Dumpee going through this period of time? Or are you just dating casually, which yes can be exciting, which yes can really improve certain skills you have, and yes can be fulfilling in that moment, but not long term. Long-term value in fulfillment is not found in these short-term connections, and hence a Dumpee will realise that this is tough. As they move forward into the single life, they might also find out that their friends start to pair off. They might be the only single person in their friendship group. They start to feel alone. They start to feel like they don't know what to do next. Whilst at the same time, the Dumpee is growing. The Dumpee is feeling more fulfilled in their own life because guess what? You don't need somebody else to validate you. If you fill your life with goals, dreams, aspirations, if you join new classes, groups and clubs, if you get new hobbies, if you find yourself and enjoyment within you and what you want to do, then you can find fulfillment within you. You don't need anybody to validate you. The Dumpee is finding all of this out whilst also becoming more attractive to others, including their ex. That's what I've said. You might even get your ex back. It's not impossible. Some people say, how can I get my ex back? It's not possible. Let me tell you, it's very, very possible. If you do the right things as a Dumpee, you will either get your ex back, but even if you don't, you will find somebody even better. You will grow a larger attraction net, and you will be able to attract new, better people that tick even more boxes than your ex ever did. As a dumper, you are less likely to go through self-improvement. You are less likely to put in the work because you have not been rock bottom. Not until you fall there are you rock bottom. And as the dumper starts to fall down, as the dumper's fulfillment value starts to plummet, they are still not yet at the rock bottom position they need to be to start growing in the right way. So if you're a dumper and you're thinking, what can I do to grow my fulfillment? Trust me, you've got to put in the work. Just because you ended a relationship, that doesn't mean you are going to find fulfillment. You need to put in the work. You need to go through self-improvement every single day. You need to be doing everything the Dumpee is doing and more. Because you don't get a free pass in life just because you've dumped somebody. It will come back to you. You know, that moment in time where you're starting to feel alone, that is where you will start to reflect about whether you made the right decision or not. And it's not for me to say whether you did or you didn't. Quite possibly you did. Maybe you dumped somebody who wasn't right for you. I'm not saying that is the problem. What I am saying is that just because you end a relationship, that doesn't mean you get a free pass and you don't need to go through self-improvement. You don't need to become a better person today than you were yesterday, a better person tomorrow than you are currently today. You've still got to do it. And if you don't, you will find out that single life is not what you want long term. Single life is not exciting forever. And if you don't become a better person, you are unlikely to get a new connection better than what you ended. So this is the Dumpee value switch. I hope you've understood it, and I hope you can see that even if you're feeling low right now, you will feel better in the future if you do the right thing. Start now and reap the rewards later. The sooner you start, the sooner you will find happiness again. If you believe that this podcast has helped you, then please consider buying me a coffee. The link to do so is in the description.
Yeah, if you miss your ex, we can help with that. Help you get him back, or we can help find you someone else. Yeah, Vincent Bo, the relationship coach, giving you some insight, bringing you a new approach. DateMe.tips, go and check the site, giving you advice, helping with your love life. Get your ex back, or move to the next. Ain't no sweat, you know Vincent Bo got you. Finding love ain't no problem. Yeah, DateMe.tips, check it out now.